Hey everybody, welcome to the Legal Discussion. I'm Alex, the leader of this nerdy mafia, and today on the agenda we're going to be talking about the Batman Telltale series, episode 1 and 2. We're going to be going into spoilers, so spoiler alert. Today with me, I got Lewis, I wouldn't really call him a penguin, that would work for what we're doing today. Also with me, as one of my co-hosts, as one of my co-hosts. Shut up. What did I say about disrespecting the Kingpin? Wait, that's a different show.
Okay, go off him.
Also with me, you've got the Dark Knight himself, Mr. Curtis Webb, promoting himself. A few weeks ago, we did a podcast when Telltale's Batman was announced.
We did,
So we're going to link it in the credits of the video.
Check out the podcast.
So you should check that out as we discuss what might happen.
Podcast.
With like Superman, Green Lantern, it actually come Telltale. I was like, I can't think.
We actually found all the spoilers out for like every episode.
So, yeah. We just predicted.
Oh no!
I know, right? So, we'll talk about just the general discussions of 1 and 2. Has it met your expectations? What stuff did you like, dislike? Lewis, you go first.
I'll go first. No, it's definitely met my expectations. It's what I've wanted from this Telltale's Batman game.
Yeah.
I think I might have said it in the podcast we done.
It's not like I've just edited that podcast a while ago, so I might know what you said.
Double plug. And but no, because what I liked about the idea of it was, we get to play as Batman. But what I said in the podcast was, but you also get to play as Bruce Wayne. Yeah. And you probably have to flip between the two sides, and one will probably affect the other, and so forth.
Yeah, going on to that point just quickly, I would argue episode 1 was, I'd say, the majority is Batman, and then whilst episode 2, I would argue the majority was Bruce.
Well, because what I liked about in episode 2, probably a little bit more than 1, was there's that one moment when you've got to go see the mayor, and it's like, would you like to see him as, businessman Bruce Wayne, or would you like to see him as Dark Knight Batman?
Of course.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you, Curtis? General thoughts.
General thoughts. As a Batmanaholic, I would say that...
Did you know, we need to, instead of intervention, we need to be like, you've been drinking too many units of Batman. It's not healthy. You're going to get Batman poisoning. I think he also gets poisoned in separation comics that you would know.
Poisoned by Ivy.
So, being very knowledgeable about Batman comics, because I read a lot of them, and mostly games and other things, I'd say I like the way the story's going. It's a bit more just before Batman became the way we all know and love.
Young Batman.
Young Batman, which is good, because I really enjoy...
Do we have an age? Do we have an age for this Batman?
My assumption in it is he's got to obviously be in his 20s, but my assumption is he's probably about maybe mid-20s onwards, like before the 30s though.
I would say that because it involves a lot of story with Bruce coming back, and he has to sort himself out. He has to become a businessman to sort out the company. He's becoming Batman. He's meeting all these people for the first time. He meets Selina for the first time. He's helping his mate Harvey Dent with his campaign.
That's a good.
It's just a really
because of that body.
So it's really good because it just showed from the beginning with just Batman generally becoming himself and finding out who himself is. Gordon and the police don't like him, but Gordon's trusting him, and the police is kind of shoot at him. Gordon's saying no, stop.
Even though that woman who shot us and did
Vicky Bell and things like that. So. And it's good to see the first meeting of Selina and Batman, which I mentioned, which is good. Negatives about it, I would say haven't really got any at the moment. Maybe because...
Mr. Cynic over here, but I'll go into it in a second.
I guess...
devil's advocate too much.
Whenever I see a new game or a new story or a new movie, I always think that I like to see everyone's representing what they think Batman should be.
Yeah.
Like you go from one comic which is by Grant Morrison, then you go to another comic which is by someone else, and it's just they always change it, that little fact. So it's nice to see their version of it, and I can't say negative about it. Still early days.
I'll say some negatives.
No.
Alright, I'll let you go say some negatives.
And
there's not enough Batman.
And there's not enough Bruce. No, the only thing that I will have to say, and it's not with the plot and the storyline, It's more about history with Telltale, and especially with my history. It's just like, oh, I'm going to download Telltale stuff. And there's elements of it just not working. Because in episode 1, when you go into Falcone Skyline Club to try and plan out your attack, I was into the story just there because everything was working. And then when you were trying to link stuff, it just wasn't happening, and I had to reset it a couple times. And just like when you were talking about like a movie or thing, there's sort of a tempo to it, and you're like, I'm into it. I'm like, I'm going to bring the pain. I'm going to do it. And then I'm like, why can't I just kill it? I did it with the detective stuff, but I just couldn't. And that lost a lot of sway because at the beginning of like the 2000s, I was into it, and as sort of out of the three of us, in terms of Batman, I still like him. Batman. People don't hurt me, but I'm not looking at him because if you don't look at him, he doesn't exist.
What, Batman or?
Yeah, that's why. But no, so it lost a lot of rhythm to it, and it was just like. Then afterwards, I'm like, okay, let's get this done. And so the first episode, that just really just knocked me up.
Yeah,
but season 2 was building with episode 2. The tempo was slowly getting back because for episode 2, no problems whatsoever. So that helped regain a lot of fun that I lost.
That thing what you said about episode 1, where you got like plan your attack, which I do love because I was like it's just showing you the strategy that goes through his mind when he's got there's like these 20 guys in this room. I can't just go in there like just chucking boomerangs. I got to go in like tactically thinking of what I got to do. But like you said, with my because I'm doing 2 playthroughs, I'm doing my own choices, and then I'm doing what a Batman would do.
Okay.
And my
your interpretation of Batman.
that is it. What you said. And what I'm doing in my one, I'm just how I feel like it. Anyway, got to that point, and everything worked fine. It was like connected to this guy. Alright, you're going through the wall. The chandelier. Alright, just ran through it. Fine. My second playthrough though, I did have like what you had like. I know the 4th guy's over here, but for some reason I can't select him, even though I've already selected the other 3 people in the room.
I wish I was able to select at least 3 people.
Oh, but so like like you said, it's like a Telltale's game in it. So there's like bits now and again. I think they just get a bit buggy now here and there.
Yeah, I've seen it where I'm put hands up. I'm the only one here that's just high five. I'm the only one here that's actually watched someone play it. I know, I'm rubbish. But I know both of you have played it personally, and I have watched it. So
8.
I've watched Jack play it, and he was having problems where he connected perfectly fine. It did take a little while to do the last guy, which was a bit further away. However, when he was going through the motion, some items disappeared.
Yeah.
So it was very weird that when he picked up an item, it's just like, what item? It just vanished. So he had problems with that, which
was that more episode 1? Because from the pattern of it, it seems like episode 1 was more buggy, whilst this episode 2 I've been researching. I couldn't see.
I think that there's because you just reminded me of one thing and it's probably a bug again from episode 1.
Yeah.
The whole skyline bit that we said, when you plan your attack, I'm going to jump through here and take them down. Obviously, a lot of these guys pull out their guns, don't they? And they all start shooting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of you guys, if you've watched it or you've played it, but every time I've done that scene, because I've done it twice so far, every time someone shoots, there's no like gun noise. It's just there's the effect, boom, boom.
I remember when he was doing
like,
it, the whole sequence didn't have sound.
Yeah.
The whole sequence didn't have sound except from just a little. It didn't even have wax, throw, or anything.
Pow!
Pow! But literally, it was very quiet, which would.
Adam West mode.
The only thing you can see why it's playing up, again, it's the first time and so many people's playing it.
Yeah.
But when you're playing it, is it connected to internet issues where so many people's playing it that it's just buggy, or is it just...
I don't know, because...
like his physical copy versus downloaded copy,
It could be, maybe. Because I've got it digitally, I don't know about you.
Is there a physical copy?
Yeah, there is, because I saw one in game the other day.
So you can buy it physically or you can download it, which sometimes downloads play out.
I'm not sure if you know, because obviously you're watching Jacksepticeye, is it?
Yeah, Jacksepticeye.
Is he playing a digital copy or just a CD copy?
I'm not sure about that one. I think he's supposed to like be downloaded because he's playing on a PC.
I would assume he might be
Which
downloading
still-
it from Steam.
Yeah. Which still, you're playing it from PS4s.
It might be
using a
PS4.
PC and it still has buggy moments, which is predicted. Loads of people do the same thing. They have to do the digits or numbers out at the end. I can see it happening.
Yes, going on your point about online versus offline, because I think you can play Batman offline.
I think you can.
But at the end of the episode, when it goes, how many players got who saved? Like, did you give it to?
You're part of the 45% who did this.
Yeah. I think that's just comes out like NA, not applicable.
Yeah,
and all
so
that stuff.
sometimes it could be because of that, which so many people playing it.
Yeah.
It could affect it, but I still, from a digital, actual physical copy, I wouldn't see why it would play up. But
Might be worth a third playthrough. Offline mode.
yeah.
I wonder who should play it.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Frank, drink please.
Dave.
God damn it! I swear he was.
Dave?
He's gone.
Yeah, I think he was like doing stuff. I think he was talking about London, but who cares?
I did.
So moving on from the positives and negatives.
My general thoughts, and like I said, I was for episode 1 up to the Skyline Club. I was getting into it. I loved the scene when you trying to figure out the explosion. I was like, this is my favourite type of Batman. Just like Batman in the Mask of Phantasm, which is my favourite Batman film of all time, because it was dealing with the idea of just like him more on his detective side. So that was the element that I loved. So I was like working stuff, and then when it got to that, I was just like, when it got to the Skyline Club, I was like, okay, I just want to get it. It's like X square. It's just like when I marathon games, and I'm like, okay, I know for a fact there are 32 missions, 31. Like at the end, I'm like, yep, yeah, and done. Text Lewis, have you finished this game yet? Nope, I'm 25 games behind.
Coming soon on my stream.
Lewis finished his game session. But let's get into a bit more of episode 2. I was like, okay, I've taken a little break from it, and so episode 2, which, to be fair, was a quick turnaround compared to a lot of Telltale games, because they usually have a couple of months between episodes. So this was like a few weeks.
Yeah, it's very early till that one came out, which is surprising because they do a week or more before they at least release each episode. But it seemed very quick for episode 2.
Does anybody know how long it took?
I thought I've seen like a few weeks, like 5 or 6 would probably be a fair guess. Here's whoever's editing can link, post the thing down.
You.
Dave, you want to edit this?
Can we have those logos?
Can we have that logo right here, please?
Yeah, logo.
Thank you.
There's got to be no logo. I'm just going to put my hands up right now.
No, this could be a middle.
There's got to be a middle finger, okay. I'll Google that.
But yeah, so episode 2, I was getting into it, and the tempo restored for me. I was like playing, and again with episode 1 between like Gordon versus Vic, it's like who do you give your information, who you trust. This was more, are you with Harvey Dent? Are you a bit more with Selena Kyle? So throughout that, and then it ended with some weird mask, which I'm gonna throw that question to you in a couple of minutes.
Yep.
When to discuss what that is.
Knowledge.
Because knowledge, power. And because I'm like,
more you know.
Because when I was watching, I'm like, oh, steampunk, cool, so cool. But no, so I was glad I was doing that. Okay, before we get into that, for episode 1, I want, like I previously just said, did you give your information to Gordy? Gordy, my name, Matt.
Gordy.
Me,
Gordo.
Give it to
Gordo. So tell me about Telltale combat games.
It's between when I gave it to Gordon,
Jim.
Gave it to Jim or Vicky. And so we're going to play that for
Well, actually, you didn't.
Yeah,
but what did you say?
someone else pick?
I saw Vicky's side of it, which
Good. 'Cause I didn't.
it's funny because he did give it to Vicky, but then a still very cold shoulder to Vicky whilst he continued.
My process is going to sleep with Vicky. That is my job in this playthrough.
Welcome to League of Discussion where we're 18 rated now.
But yeah, it
Say have.
had he went for the option of giving it to Vicky, but then afterwards, when he's exiting the building, he did, and Vicky comes up and starts talking to Bruce. He didn't say anything at all, which is funny because he come from one. Oh, I gave her all the information. Now I'm not going to talk to her. So it's kind of very mixed.
Oh, I see. He's playing,
hard to get.
F-boys. PG-rated.
My question is, because at first when you realise people just taking your stuff out of the way manner, I'm like, God damn it, guys. It's like, no, my Blu-rays. And the scene when you see the shadows, all I see is just people taking stuff off the shelf.
Changing the CD covers and everything.
Wow. But we're
nerds.
Yeah. So did when you watched the playthrough of Jacksepticeye, did he give when you were supposed to give a note to the press about what that was he negative? Did he give a quote? Because if he was negative, like I'm not going to give a quote, and then when you give the information to Vic, that might explain more of the cold shoulder stuff.
Yeah, he did give a quote, which, funny as it is, when you get to the ending of it, you do find out they actually say the quote as well, which I like it.
Yeah.
That all the decisions you make actually make a big difference at the end of what's said and what's done. Shaking the hand.
But I've been asked when the good things Telltale's they do.
Yeah, which is really good. So I like seeing that point.
Because they do that with Game of Thrones, which we talked about in our podcast. Link down below.
That's probably the fifth plug.
It's all about plugging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Good. Anyway, yeah. But the idea, because at the end of episode 5, it goes, they have the Game of Thrones cast talking about, this mirror was actually a lot more spunky and doing that, and I'm using those words properly in more of the old sense, and they talk about which characters, how you played him. He was really quite aggressive, so we had to kill him, type stuff. So again, going back to when you said about the quote, I like how they customised the ending towards what you've done.
Yeah, they cater to your decisions.
Exactly.
Which is really good. Telltale games do really good decisions. So, who did?
With Gordo. And we're not letting you live that down now. I went with Gordo, and because the way I saw it was obviously reasons why, because I think you picked Vicky, did you?
Yes.
I think
mine in a second.
Alfred sort of, I guess he loosely states what the outcomes could be. Is Vicky's going to get to the medias and all that and get out there and hey, maybe someone could do some justice with this. But then when he said with Jim, it's more of a case of he's actually the police force. If he's got that information, he can go in there without a warning, boom, under arrest. So I went more, justice, brains from above. Which will more plugs. But so I thought, again, I went with, because this is through I think I did it with both playthroughs actually, because I don't want to sleep with Vicky. Like some.
No, it's just because at the first episode of Selena was with Harvey, I'm like, okay, can't do that classic romance. Vicky.
You can, just walk in and destroy that relationship.
Maybe because my inspiration of Superman and Lois Lane about the idea of going with the journalist.
As Bruce Wayne, you just walk in there and be like, oh, hi Harvey, this is your new girlfriend, is it? I like latex.
The only thing is,
I'm a cat man.
It makes me laugh because you got Harvey Dent and Selena together.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking back to the first Arkham Asylum game, where the first thing you see is Two-Face with Catwoman hang upside down on
City.
Yeah. Where it's got
actually that's a pretty good reference.
Two-Face there with Catwoman hang up, ready to be an
Spoilers, we can't tell them how this series ends.
So I just had that image in my head, like, oh yeah, they're a couple. Then I'm thinking, you know,
Meanwhile,
in Arkham City, yeah, Two-Face there, like, oh, I'm gonna burn you, cat.
Just going back to what you said about different interpretations of
yeah, exactly. And
yeah.
but yeah, no. So reason why I went with Jim, not also just because it's like, oh, police force, so you can arrest him. Also because of the they've shown in these 2 episodes or whatever. There's a bit of a friendship between Jim and Batman.
Yeah.
And I always have respect for that relationship in like all kinds of medias when they touch upon it, because I think it's quite a nice thing to have like this vigilante guy just as a bat. He's probably crazy, but you know what? He's actually doing some justice for his town.
I'm not going to play the counter argument to why I chose Vicky, and it's going back to my interpretations of Batman.
It's all about that ass.
That ass.
No, that badass.
Oh. Is you? Yeah. All right then.
Okay. Cut.
Dave.
Can you call the limo over, please? Wanna go?
Alfred.
Okay, going back to why. Because you're so old.
He said it.
I said it to you plenty of times.
Dave! Alice called you old!
I kind of want to ring him now, but this isn't really alive.
No. He's just going to go to answer machine. So, for the number of services, but yeah. I chose Vicky because I always saw Batman as the idea of going back to strategic. Like, he will have all the bases covered, he will